What up, folks? It's your boy Trails, and we back with another one. And if you're new here, welcome. Make sure you definitely hit that like and subscribe because we back and we consistent. And now we got this news article that's popping up, and it's got some Kamala Harris info in it. And then this one's coming out of Fox News. Black political firms frustrated Harris campaign isn't investing in minority businesses. Pretty insulting. Alright, let's go ahead and check the temperature of this article, give our opinions on the matter afterwards. Black Democratic operatives are reportedly calling out the Harris campaign for avoiding minority-owned political firms in favor of white-owned ones. Gee, who would have thought? Notice, a product of Arbitron Journalism Institute, reported on a call made with Vice President Kamala Harris' presidential campaign and Derek Johnson, the president of the NAACP. According to a person familiar with the call, Johnson and others were frustrated by the campaign for being on track to spend less money on black-owned firms than President Biden did in 2020. If black voters are the base, it should be black vendors telling the story, the person said. We still don't really have any clear answers on anything, and nor will you ever get them. A Democratic consultant also said, it's a little concerning to see that the spending is so much less, so far lower. I think it's approximately 1/4 less than what it was at this point 4 years ago. They added, we skated by in 2020, and we're not spending at the levels they were spending at then. After speaking with more than a dozen vendors and staffers, Notice found that the campaign is largely ambivalent about black spending, despite record-level funding and the need to reach minority voters. It's not just the media, it's the get out the vote operations and grassroots operations. It's 20 questions now when it comes to anything for black spending. And what we're talking about are a small fraction of what's being spent for the general market. It's pretty insulting, a Democratic operative said. Current Harris campaign co-chair Cedric Richmond insisted to Notice the issue was a problem in the Democratic Party as a whole rather than the vice president specifically. Everybody who said it's not about the money, that's a lie. It's all about the money, Richmond said. They're making noise because they want money and they want a contract, and that's fair, it's fine, and they should just say that. Still, he emphasized the need to reach minority voters. I'll answer it this way. I am trying to win a race, and I believe we have to touch voters. We have to touch black voters and brown voters. We have to touch them with the people with the expertise to connect them, Richmond said. So I've been very dogged on making sure that's what we're trying to do. Except spitballing to do it, right, mister? Notice wrote that it is unclear how much Harris is aware of the frustration, though she has allegedly raised the issue for both her campaign and the Biden campaign. However, it is not being prioritized. Okay, now let's name anything that's got to do with black folks that have been prioritized by the Democratic Party for the past 40, 60 years. And I will say, not a damn thing. And yeah, that's this article. And it's funny, this guy who is the head of the NAACP, Derek Johnson. Let's see, because this guy just spent $20 million of the NAACP's money to get out and vote for some people who ain't even spending money themselves. Let's see. Five days ago, see that? Look at that. He probably spent more on black voters than the Harris Foundation or the Harris administration. Look, I voted today. Dumbass nigga. Alright, look. This article is from ABC New York. The NAACP plans to spend $20 million encouraging black Americans a critical voting bloc in the presidential race to turn out the vote across 12 states this fall. The investment details of which were shared first with NBC News includes $6 million in funds for the local NAACP chapters and partners. Hey, just here, guys. $1 million for polling and research, and $1.4 million for texting outreach. In 7 key battleground states, Arizona, North Carolina, Michigan, Nevada, Pennsylvania, Wisconsin, and Georgia, the NAACP will spend $3 million on radio ads in black communities and $2 million in mailings aimed at pushing voters to the poll to vote Democrat. By the way, it's not like the NAACP has ever came out and said, hey, take both sides into consideration, you know. They're solely doing this for Democratic votes. So while they're spending money for folks to vote Democrat, they're frustrated at the Democrats for spending less money themselves to get black voters to the polls. Now, you can't make this up. The NAACP's campaign is not geared towards benefiting specific candidates, so they say, but rather is designed to broadly mobilize and educate black voters ahead of the 2024 election. Okay, so if that was true, has Derek Johnson reached out to Donald Trump and the Republican Party? No. While the threats against our democracy are present and dangerous, our commitment to making our voices heard is unwavering, Derek Johnson, NAACP president and CEO, said in a statement. Our most important black job this November for all of us is showing up to the ballot box and making our voices heard. The only way to combat these radical extremists is with your vote. Black voters are expected to play a pivotal role in the race for the White House between Vice President Kamala Harris and former President Donald Trump. While black voters traditionally overwhelmingly support Democrats, the margin of victory and turnout levels among the group can make a major difference. A new Howard University initiative on public opinion poll of likely black voters in Arizona, Georgia, Michigan, Nevada, and North Carolina, Pennsylvania, and Wisconsin found that 82% said they will vote for Harris, while 12% backed Trump. By comparison, exit polls across some states show President Joe Biden won 89% of black voters, compared with 9% for Trump. So yeah, there you have it, folks. And let's get one thing straight. I would never vote for Kamala Harris. Kamala Harris is not an African American, okay? So her acting like one is a major disrespect to me and my people before me. And I do not support that in any way, shape, or form. There's no policy she can come up with to make me change my mind on that situation. That's my story and I'm sticking to it. However, I'm not going to go out there and vote for Donald Trump either. Donald Trump does not have any policies that benefit black people as well. If anything, it's the opposite with his DEI campaign and things like that, and his attempted thwart at keeping America white. So I don't support either. So I can hold both sides accountable as much as I want, because I'm not out here telling people to support the Democrats or telling people to support the Republicans. I'm saying support whoever the hell you want. I don't care. I'm just telling you who I don't support. So, yeah, what say you in this article here with Mr. Derek Johnson? So, does he have the right to complain about Democrats spending money when he's spending money to get Democrat votes with black folks? I mean, we know he's not reaching out to the right, to the Republican Party. We know all he wants to deal with is Kamala Harris and the Democrats. So, I say, shame on you, Derek Johnson. Shame on you, the NAACP. All that $20 million could have went into vesting for lobbying for reparations. And that would have helped the black community a hell of a lot more than mobilize the people to go vote for Democrat. We don't need your mobilization. This isn't 1962. This is 2024. We know how to vote. So stop wasting black people money. The NAACP should be disbanded as far as I'm concerned. But yeah, what do you say about this situation? Whoop, I don't care. Anyways, thanks for watching. If you like what I say, if you like what's going on, make sure you definitely hit that like and sub, because it's going to be a lot of tethers and a lot of haters who ain't gonna do that, who got a problem with what I say. And I tell them what, if you got a problem, leave it in the comments, or you can find me on X, the Turning Trailblazer. Well, on X is Tether TV. Get at your boy. Holla back, deuces. And like always, we'll be back with some more later.